Hello and welcome to another Tea Talk video. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these on my Arthur channel, but I just decided to do another recording today. And in this video, I'm going over self-care for writers. And I'm not actually drinking tea, I'm drinking lemonade because it's, a hot day and I just really don't feel like drinking hot tea, so I just decided to drink lemonade instead. But anyways, I'm going to go over a couple things for self-care for writers that I think may be helpful to other writers. I think it's really important for writers to practice self-care because we do spend a lot of time indoors and sitting at a desk, and it's important that we also take care of ourselves as writers and not neglect our physical or mental well-being. So that's a couple of things that I'm just going to go over in this video. One thing I think writers should reconsider about is the belief that you have to write every day. I know a majority of us writers have heard that you have to write every day in order to be a successful author or writer, but I think in today's century that's not true. I think it's okay to not write every day and to take breaks. Maybe you have, for example, some health conditions or something like that where you just don't feel like writing. It's okay if you skip a couple days, and decide not to write, because it's important to pay attention to your physical and mental well-being, and to practice self-care as well. Pay attention to your mental health. For example, when it comes to getting negative or bad reviews, don't feel like you always have to pay attention to all of those types of reviews. In some cases, it's good to just ignore them. Some of them could probably be helpful to help you improve some of your skills, but for the most part, I think the majority, if you get negative reviews, it's just, reviews that you just shouldn't pay too much attention to. Some people can just be really rude and just nitpick at you, and probably half of these people that give these types of reviews haven't even written a book themselves. So I don't really think authors should pay too much attention or let these types of reviews to have such a big effect on them, because it takes a lot of brain power to even complete a novel or a book, and I think that's something important that writers should keep in mind and just value and pay more attention to the positive reviews that you get, and just not allow other people to get you down. Like if they didn't like a particular character or something in one of your books or something, I really don't think reviews like that is anything that authors should pay too much attention to. But yeah, it's really important, to pay attention to your mental health and practice self-care. Don't feel like you have to overshare about your life and stuff like that, because, yeah, it's just it just can cause problems when you do stuff like that, um, especially like across social media. But yeah, it's just important to practice self-care. Another helpful thing, I think, is just to do other things that you like to do. Maybe you have other hobbies outside of writing. I know I like to do other things. I like to create art, um, and like paint or make vector graphics and stuff like that. Um, it can also be helpful if you have other outside interests and you take breaks from writing. It can be just another way for you to get inspiration for your creativity, for like a particular scene or a story that you've been stuck on or something. Um, Maybe your creative well has felt kind of dry. um, it can be helpful to just do other things, outside of writing, or like go outside and get some sunshine, and maybe go for a walk or something. I think one of the most helpful places to visit as far as getting inspiration is like going in the mall. Because they have all these different stores and advertisements and stuff that you can look at, um, which I think can really be helpful to inspire one's creativity for like a scene or a story idea. But that's something else that you can do, or just spend time with your loved ones, um, maybe you have like bowling nights or something like that, or um, just going to watch a movie or something is another thing that you could also do, and that can be helpful with you staying present in the real world, because us writers, we do um, spend time in an imaginary world, when we use our imagination and our creativity, and it just can be like a healthy balance, you know, um, just doing other things outside of our writing. Um, Another good thing that you can do is positive reinforcement. Um, Maybe you actually complete a deadline or something, or you manage to um, complete a chapter that you were stuck on or something. A good thing that you could do is just reward yourself, for completing those types of things. I know that's something I did once, was just reward myself, I think after completing the first draft of one of my stories. And I just watched the movie and ate some ice cream, um, to reward myself. So that's just something else you can do, and something else that I know other writers do. For example, Sarah Cannon, um, she rewards herself, when completing different parts in her story, or like during Camp Nano or something like that sometimes, or NaNoWriMo. But positive reinforcement is something else that you could also do, and it can help keep you motivated when it comes to completing deadlines. But yeah, another thing that I think some writers struggle with, at least they have this notion of creators of a writer's block, But in my opinion, I think writer's block has to really do with perfectionism. It's like you want something to be so perfect that you don't end up writing anything at all. Um, that's pretty much what writer's block, I think, is. But, you know, if you've been dealing with these types of this type of problem, then it's just good to, you know, maybe try free writing exercises, and just allow yourself to write freely without worrying about making mistakes and grammar and all those types of things. Just write for the fun of it, you know. And try to get as much down as you can in a particular time. And yeah, it can just really help you to be set free from the curse of perfectionism when it comes to your writing. But I guess that's pretty much it for this tea talk. Maybe it was helpful to someone else and inspiring to other writers. And thank you for watching.